Hello.
Hey.
Welcome,
Your
everybody.
camera's not on.
Oh, because I'm the very best at this. I don't know if you knew
So
that.
good at this.
I am really amazing at it. Um,
Perfect stream.
so while we get that
Thank you
settled,
for being
thank
an
you,
ally.
thank you, everyone, for being here today. And hold on, let me switch my background here. There we go. There we go. All right, now, are we better? Are we better? Are we doing it?
I think so.
Yay!
I still don't see you on stream.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
There you go.
Yes, okay, so thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for the raid, Dead Aussie Gamer. You're amazing. I had so much fun playing with them this morning. It is probably the craziest group of adventurers I've ever played with. So definitely go check out Dead Aussie Gamer. He is an absolute delight. Go follow him on Twitch. He's fabulous. So yes, today, welcome to Play Nerd Allies, where now you have a crazy character taking the spot of the DM. So
Yay!
we'll see how that goes. Fantastic. So what's going on here today? First of all, we have our first sponsors. So I would like to, if we can pop their links up into chat, we actually have a sponsorship from Reverie RPG Games. They are doing a Kickstarter right now where they are creating fabulous tokens. So since people are actually starting to get back together now, we're going to want stuff at the table, right? So they are creating fabulous physical tokens that are a great way to look at to get things without having to spend quite as much money as you would on minis. You know, minis are going to be like $20, $30, $40, $50, $100. You know, like there's just, as a way, if you just have some basic mob monsters and things like that, great. There's whole packs that are set up just for that. But they also, the thing that I love is they can also do custom tokens. So you can actually get like cool tokens for your characters at the table or for specific like NPCs that you love, all that kind of stuff. I think that's going to be amazing. So yeah, I am in love with that. So definitely go and check them out. Their links are down there. Their Kickstarter hasn't gone live yet, so all you're doing is just go in there and just say, I want to be notified when they go live. And then they have all kinds of fabulous prizes and stuff on there for people that actually donate to the Kickstarter. It's a fabulous group. So definitely go check them out. Thank you to them and to Realm Warp Media, who is actually helping them create the Kickstarter. All of that good stuff. So definitely go check them out too. And with that, thank you. Let us now talk about what happened last week. So I think the meme is that you should always split the party. Is that
Always split the party. Yep.
Always split the party.
Yes.
Rule
Yeah.
number 1.
So we did it right.
We did it right.
Yeah, there's all these. I feel like all these other people out there in the world that don't split the party just are there. Yeah, and I'm real sorry for them.
And it's not like just switch the party. Make sure the party is in different countries. That's how you want to split the party.
Just no way to get back
This
to
is
each
just
other.
an example. Yeah. Soon we're gonna all each be in a different plane of existence.
Yeah.
No, it'll happen.
That'll be later.
Manage it.
We're gonna get there. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your pretty little heads. Yeah, it's going to be glorious, and everyone's going to love it, especially the DM that essentially has to run 3 campaigns now. So, so yes, we have.
Makes you
Yeah, I know. There's
Tyler,
so
to make you any better, without Bruna here anymore, you can like add me to any other group. I don't care which.
well.
They haven't
There's
quite left
still
yet, have they?
there's still a lot of research actually to be done, and
Yeah.
there's a reason that you'll be in Delver Street. So
Fair enough.
there's-
God.
so have faith in your DM. Well, I know it seems like we always want to murder everyone. We don't.
We
We
do.
have a
Hey, I was
plan.
just trying to
Not this
wrap
one.
up, man.
So, right. So we have got one party in Delver's Dream researching what is going on. Right.
Hi, hello.
We have discovered that there is a place in the Shadowfell that is mentioned for the Lich Queen Kilnasi. So there's potentially some place in the Shadowfell where you can get more information on the Lich Queen. The next group is heading over to Valencia, where Goru will be able to, in fact, become part of the ruling council over there, which is super exciting. And along the way, they have, they ran into an angel, helped it get back up to heaven, like there's all that fun stuff.
Lost
only
money
drink-
to
I only drink holy water now.
yes.
Right, that's it. That's it.
Vampires hate him. Runs
It
out.
never runs dry. Yep.
Yeah.
So you have a cup that will always have, and mind you, it's like half a potion's worth of holy water in it. So it's not like an artifact or anything like that. You're not going to be able to create a lake of holy water with it.
With enough patience.
No, you couldn't actually, because it loses its efficacy and turns into regular water after about an hour. So,
Dang it.
The loophole.
I
Taken care of.
know, because I'm a bad person. That's why. Yep. No, I know. It hurts you. It hurts all of us, really.
Technically good.
Can I take a bath in holy water?
Yeah, I mean, you are a very large
bath.
bear.
I'll-
You are a large bear, which means that I think it would take more than an hour at like a half a cup at a time to actually like fill a
Fill it
bathtub
up.
big enough for you.
If we want to bathe in holy water, I'll cast produce water, and then I'll use a ceremony to do it.
That works.
There you go. There you
You
go.
Would
got
that
it.
mean
Figure it
I
out.
couldn't hug you guys anymore? That would be sad.
Shoot.
Oh, wow, that's
Oh
right.
no!
Instant death.
Yeah,
No.
it's like a vampire with I just start burning.
Oh, my
Oh, sorry.
God.
No, there's not even
there
any
is-
burn.
and-
You just
and-
touch us in
Oh no!
Then we have Felix and Dill, who have headed off to Jarsai to try to help them pull everybody back from the frontier in order to try to save as many of the people as possible. So then we have, and on the way there, they did meet a couple of little direwolf puppies that they sent back to Delver Stream. So there's going to be some little direwolves over there.
Yeah.
Aw.
Which is going to be delightful. And it's going to, I've decided that they're going to be named Romulus and Remus after the two wolf cubs that allegedly founded
Rome.
the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's canon.
I
It
mean,
is
how
canon.
else are they supposed to build in the day? You needed wolves, okay?
Yeah,
That's
you
how we
needed
got
you
it.
needed people that were raised by wolves. Like they,
Wolves were very important.
So we have got that. And they foiled. I mean, Felix sort of stood there. Really, Dill foiled an attempt to use a poison needle and steal everything. That
Yeah.
there's a father and son team in the district of the fire genasi. So yeah,
Yeah.
but he doesn't even know. Dill hasn't said anything. Apparently did not want to hurt his feelings.
It's a beautiful city with lots of commerce.
There's what?
It's a beautiful city, and there's all kinds of commerce. He's just engrossed by it all.
You're
Yes.
so nice.
I'm gonna
Yes.
start singing Chicago.
Oh,
Please.
oh my god.
Please do that.
I think it's important that every stream somebody sing a Broadway show tune. They've got
I'm
important
sorry,
things to do.
I don't know any, and I wouldn't have the talent.
Well,
to
you
sing
need
with
to
my-
learn.
God, I can't keep carrying this team. Broadway show tunes.
So yes, so we
My
are
voice may be sexy, but it is not vocally trained.
so we are split 3 ways right now, and we are attempting to do a lot. So today we are going to take up where we left off, and we're going to do it the same way as we did it last week, where each team is going to get about like 15 to 20 minutes, and then the next team is going to jump in. So be aware, you might get cut off like in the middle of something that you're doing, so that we don't. Because I know it is
How dare
terrible
you?
to want to not make someone
The
sit there
hourglass,
and
guys.
wait for 2 hours to
Yeah.
actually get to play a game. So, because I'm a bad person, we just need to remember that, guys. I'm the worst. So, if we set our expectations there, everybody's happy at the end of the day. So, all right. So, what we're gonna do today is start with Ethul. What's
The cat.
going on, Ethul? What's going on
Okay.
over there?
What was the Lich Queen's name again?
So Kilnasi is the Lich
Kilnasi.
Queen. And you last week, so Gruna told you about the studies that she's found. You are still chatting. You still have the opportunity to chat with anybody that is still in Delver's Dream. And I will tell you, I will give you this hint. There are plenty of people that still have plenty to say to you and your compatriots.
Fair enough. Yeah, and you said that, because I was cutting out real bad on our turn last week, you said that Gruna found something out about the Shadowfell.
Yes, Gruna found out a little thing about the Shadowfell. So what I'd like to do is I'd actually like to start with your conversation with Ingrath, Noble Fury, who, for those who don't know, is the sister of the king of the dwarves, who turned herself into a lich to watch over the dwarven mines when everybody else disappeared.
And I assume she's in the same place we originally found her.
Yes, so she's in her library in the halls of magic.
Right. As I enter the library, she like floating high up. I'm pretty sure I remember it being really tall.
She what?
Is she floating high in the air right now, or is she like more in ground level?
No, she's down in her chair. She only does that when she wants to go and grab a book.
Fair enough. I'll just knock gently on the door to be focused at it. Hello?
Do come in. Hello, Ethul. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing as well as can be given the situation. So I was hoping I could share some of your wisdom on a few things.
Well, certainly. What kind of things were you thinking about?
Well, now at this point, I don't know anything about the Shadowfell, right?
No.
Action.
Well, no, this will be the next day. So yes, so Gruna did give you some information about that. I was thinking you don't really know much about the Shadowfell itself because you've never left this world.
Yeah,
I mean, you
fair
did
enough.
once.
I was more or less referring to, did Druna let me know at this point or not?
Yes, she did. She
Okay.
surely did.
So, about the Shadowfell, could you tell me a little more about it? The whole concept of shadow magic fascinates me, and the Shadowfell.
Is that the conversation that we're having today? I can't remember. Is today the Shadowfell? Is today Shadowfell or Touchstones? God, are we talking about the spheres? I can't remember. You say that today, we're supposed to be having the conversation about the Shadowfell.
Well, I don't know about those, because I would very much like to get the information you might have.
Oh, certainly, dear. Yes. I suppose that makes sense. And then tomorrow we have a different conversation. That's right. Okay, that's tomorrow. Because it's not raining out yet, is it? And she sort of waves her hands, and you see the ceiling that's like 7 stories up suddenly shift and show you a nice sunny day outside. It shows you the actual weather that's happening up on the surface. It's like, oh no, it's not raining. So no, that other conversation happens tomorrow when it starts to rain. All right. So yes, the Shadowfell. It's a lovely place for people like me, not so lovely for people like you.
I may be a creature of the Fodder Realm. The Shadowfell is a different creature altogether.
Oh yes, it truly is. For you see, it's not like there's a bunch of people wandering around with brains for you to snack upon, my dear. There is. It's what now?
I don't do that.
Well, you know what I mean. That you have the ability to still. There's.
He just kind of like nods. He just kind of like nods. Yeah. I've put the tentacle before.
But down in the Shadowfell, you see, there are so few living creatures anymore. That's where most souls go to be sort of sorted and then sent off into the afterlife. We certainly do have a few that wander about the various cities that exist down there. That's super fun. But mostly it's just undead like me, is what it is. Was there anything specific about the Shadowfell that you wanted to know?
Well, 2 things. One that's the more pressing matter. Is there any way that we could go there?
Well, let me see. We used to have a delegation from Shadowfell in the market. I'm certain that the teleportation circle is still there.
Yeah, we go, I'm sure.
You didn't what now?
We'd have to get the key, though, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, we can open it for you now. You've got access to the treasury, which means that you have access to the amulets that control those teleportation circles. You can open the door and activate it at any time you'd like. I just can't remember exactly where the teleportation circle leads in the Shadowfell. At any rate.
But I'm not going to be jumping in there like any sort of brazen fool. But apparently, I would be
raining dogs and cats. It surely is.
I would apparently be able to find out a little bit more about. Oh my God, what's the witch queen's name again?
I do love the rain. It's true, I do love it. It's true. It's nice. I used to love it when I was. I'm so sorry. Is today or tomorrow?
Today is today. The rain is tomorrow.
Today is today. I'm so sorry. I was having a different conversation. What were you saying? By the way, the name is Kilnaki.
Okay, thank you. Is there any way you might know of to track down anything in the Shadowfell that would have something to do with Kilnasi?
Well, I mean, if you go to Kilnasi's tower, I suppose you could.
Is the Shadowfell anything like our realm, where cardinal directions matter and things like that?
Oh, certainly, yes. There's and she sort of floats up to an area where you see a whole bunch of scrolls in the wall, and she starts sort of like thumbing through them, and she pulls one out and floats back down and lays it out, and it's a map of the Shadowfell.
Oh,
Yes,
well,
of
that-
course. No, I mapped this out a little while ago. So as you can see, over here, we've got all kinds of things. We've got the wall over here, which is super interesting. Over here, we have this little settlement. We've got several people on the Shadowfell that I used to keep in contact with. Don't you see? So I wanted to make a little map. So there's my friend Stella over here. You see her in these hills over here. She's very nice. She is a guest who is just a marvel with recipes involving dwarves. She's just fantastic at cooking them. So that's pretty amazing. I think that there's all kinds of things in the Shadowfell, all kinds of places you might want to go. There's a place called Evernight, which is very interesting. It's sort of like there's another city out there called Neverwinter in another crystal sphere that has a representation down. You've got all kinds of like the Shadow Swamp. That's super fun. Thultanthar.
Where would their tower be?
Oh, her tower, it's right over here, and she points to a little X on the map. And she's like, she looks at it and she says, "Now, mind ya, this is in the space of Shar, who, not great. She mostly keeps to the plane of Shadow, but in the Shadowfell, she does keep a little sort of outpost for people to come over and say hello. And the Tower of Kilnasi is there in her domain. So I don't know if you have any Shar worshippers with you, but that would be helpful, certainly. Anything else?
Is there any way I can hire this?
And she looks at you and she's like, I mean, I'll let you. I don't like my maps to go outside me control, you see. I know it's a thing, but every time I lend it out to somebody, they go on some adventure and it gets all torn up or burnt or something like that. So I would prefer, I think, if it kept here, but I'll let you copy it down. And do you want to try to copy it?
Yes. What would you like to
Do you have a cartographer's kit?
do? Not.
Okay, then you are going to do. Have you ever attempted to create a map before?
No, but Tool's thinking trace.
You have what?
Tool's just thinking, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to trace this.
Okay,
Color
so
in the lines.
you give me an intelligence check. But you're gonna get a do it with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
I'm very sorry.
Yes,
Dang it.
And let's see. Oh wow.
No way.
What did I get?
Absolutely no way. You got a 20 and a 21.
Did you say with disadvantage? Oh
I
my
did.
god.
So you only got a 20.
Oh.
Oh, only a
Oh.
20. Wow.
Bummer.
Well, thank you for the bits, NIL. You get to give somebody a +2 or a -2 to one of their to one roll today. So you have gotten a map that is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not all the details, but you do have a major landmarks on there. And you copied it to scale. Obviously, the map is huge, and you don't have a giant piece of paper. So, and so you do. So you get something fabulous. And it's a little map of the Shadowfell, and you did it on like some velt that was like sort of waterproof that she had lying around. So it should survive the journey if you want to head to the Shadowfell. So that's super delightful. So now we are going to jump, having completed the map. We are now going to jump over to Gorf and Goru, and we shall see where they are. So, let me pull up a little thing called the calendar so that I can keep track of where everybody is as we are making our way through all of this insanity. So,
That
Gorf,
sounds so weird.
oh my god,
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
they're all filthy, terrible people. Um,
Dang it, man.
yeah. So, all right. So currently, you are 4 days away from Valencia. Now, why don't you tell me? So, the day has passed without incident. You have, well, aside from an angel, burned out angel that shield and stuff. You know. So now, why don't you tell me how you're going to continue? You are now in the Hissing Waste, heading towards Baland.
Yep.
Why don't you tell me what goes on this journey for you?
Well, Goru lost some gold gambling at Dragon Chess, and realized that Stanley, the messenger, is like really good. So he's like trying to like pester Stanley with as many questions like, Stanley, can I give you some gold and you teach me some chess? So he's like really interested in that and just chatting.
It's that question he answers. You can always play me again. I mean, I think experience is the best teacher.
Yeah, I'll put another 100 when we make camp tonight.
Oh my god! All right, as you are traveling, why don't you give me a roll? Roll me a d20. Let's see what happens today. Anything interesting? Is it interesting? Is it terrible? Is it gross? Remember, low means uneventful, high means eventful. How is it that you guys are all like, no one has gotten above an 11 on this roll yet?
Yikes.
Because I pray to the ancients every day and they're protecting me. That's why.
That's right.
That is correct, sir. Yeah, no, that's probably for the best. Let's be honest. That's probably better for everyone if that's the case. Oh my god!
Oh, nice.
Yes, yay! Carney is a delightful stream. We absolutely adore him. And Carney Sideshow, that means that you get to give +2 or -2 to 2 people. So let us know who's going to be holding on to that. And that is delightful. So Now let us look at. So it's fairly uneventful today. Oh, did we just start a hype train?
Yo, let's go.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you, and thank you, Sick Professor, for the tier 1 sub. That's delightful. Anybody that participates in the hype train, there are options that you get these fun little emotes that are only available from a hype train. So now is the time. If you're gonna throw some bits down, if you're gonna throw a sub down, we appreciate it. It helps us keep things going, keeping the lights on over here. And now you get fabulous emotes for it too, in addition to the other fun things. So while that's going on, why don't you tell me what obstacle you just ran into? It's not severe, it's not a combat or anything, it's just a fun little obstacle that you hit that you need to deal with.
Well, my horse, one of them, because we have several with us, threw a
You
shoe.
bought the stable, essentially.
Yeah.
We bought 4 horses, okay? It's reasonable for this much travel.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you threw a shoe.
We threw a shoe.
Fabulous. I love it. All right, you've thrown the shoe. As this happens, you are attempting to cross a little brook, and your horse's hoof accidentally hits a stone that it didn't see in the water, and just knocks the horseshoe right off into the stream. What are you going to do about this?
Kind of. Gory, like, doesn't. Well, do I see it as it happens? It's kind of a thing.
You suddenly notice that the next set of steps that the horse takes are suddenly a little lopsided.
So we'll pull a pit stop here. Get out. Gorf, do you know how to shoe a horse? I don't know how to shoe a horse. Oh my God. Stanley, please God.
Oh my God. There is, as you are having this conversation on the shore of this like small stream that you've run across, you suddenly start hearing screaming from the lake, or not from the lake, from the stream. Something is just screaming at the top of its lungs. In the river.
We go.
What are you gonna do?
Run over immediately and try to figure out where it is.
Okay, give me a. You can give me a nature check. Gimme. Oh God.
Oh,
You're also
thank
amazing.
you so much. Oh my God.
level 2.
Yay.
Oh my
So
gosh.
excited. That's amazing.
Oh
Oh
my God.
my gosh.
Choo
That's
choo.
amazing.
Oh, a train whistle. Yeah.
I love it. Hype train props. This is what happens. This is why participation is delightful. Oh my God. These are the really important questions that we need to do. So there is, because you threw in 1,000 bits, you get to give an environmental effect, which is very useful right now for me, the GM. I like it.
Do something nice.
So, your choices for this environmental effect, I'm going to give you 3. Okay. You may choose community. You may choose aggression, or you may choose diplomacy
Oh.
for an environmental effect. So, McBluff, you let me know which of those three you'd like: community, diplomacy, or aggression. And have I gotten a nature check from Goru?
I
It looks
rolled
like
a 17.
you got a 17. So with a 17, what you realize is that there's apparently Wizard Magic wants to get in on this and give out another environmental effect. So all right. So
God.
McBluff's environmental effects are community, diplomacy, or aggression. Wizard Magic, your environmental effects are going to be air, earth, or water. All right, so diplomacy.
Yay.
All right, so the environmental effect of diplomacy has now been activated. So, Goru, what you understand is, because you are an actual diplomat, you have studied many things that have happened. And you've studied not only for your continent, but also for different environments. So you have some understanding, because of your connection to Jar Saeed, some understanding of various elemental creatures that make up a whole lot of other things, right? So there is, oh my god, Daniel with more bits. I love it. So Goru, well, we'll get to Daniel in just a sec. So Goru, what you realize is that both the iron in the horseshoe is anathema to Nereids, which are the elemental dryads that live in bodies of water, and it actually hurts them to be touched by it. So what are you gonna do?
Realizing this, my good dryad, I'm so sorry, and like I just start
All
going
you're
out.
still hearing is, like, as you're talking, you just still hear screaming.
I'm like in the water where we crossed, looking for the horseshoe.
Okay, give
trying to
me
find
an
it, get it out.
investigation check. And what are we looking at? Oh, does anybody? All right, so we've got
Get over here. Help me find this horseshoe.
Hold on. We've got a lot of bits flying around right now. So let me look. So all right, so
what metal is Goru's armor?
Hold on just a sec. Hold on. So there's a lot of fabulous things happening. Danielle, with your 200 bits, you can give them a hint, which I will allow in this situation to be advantage, so he can roll again. If you would like, Danielle, let me know if that's what you'd like to do. There is, so yes, okay, so give me another roll on that investigation check, and because Danielle is being so supportive, I will give you an additional +2 on that roll. That's what I'll do. I sure will.
So +2, but Danielle gave me +2 earlier. Can I stack that for a +4? Does that help?
Yes, you can. So where are we at now? All right, so investigation 9. So with 13, because there's also screaming happening right on top of it, you can identify where the sound's coming from, and you find the horseshoe and you pull it out. Okay?
And then I, as respectfully as possible, step out of the river and kind of like wait to see if they're just trying to apologize. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Are you okay? Can I help you at all?
As you do, it's something that people do, Gorf. Don't you judge him for talking to the water. That's nice. That's nice, Gorf. There's- so as you are heading up to the water, what happens is a beautiful Nereid steps out of the water. And she looks at you, and because the diplomacy environmental effect is active, she recognizes the symbols on your armor, recognizes you as a member of a Valencian nobility, and bows to you and says, "Your people have been respectful to me. I understand that this might be an accident. So I am willing right now to let this go. Who are you?"
I deeply bow and say, I am Goru from Valencia. This is my brother
Yes, that
Gorf.
much is obvious from your armor.
Yes. My deepest apologies and thank you for your graciousness in this matter. It would never be my intention to harm anything of nature, or especially one so beautiful as yourself.
And give me a diplomacy check on that one. Sorry, a persuasion check on that one. I'm like, sorry, 3.5 brain. Persuasion. With a 16, she believes your compliment. She says, "Oh, I thank you. That's very kind of you, bear person. Is there anything else I can do for you while we are chatting?"
Well, our horse did just throw a shoe, but I want to make sure that everything is okay with you. Is there anything I can do to make sure that you are all right?
Well, certainly. There's it seems that there has been something of a dry spell in these parts. It seems that the Druids have not been creating enough snowpack of the winters over in Valencia. And if they don't do something about it soon, if we don't get some rain, you might lose us as companions in your realm. And then what will you do as you attempt to steer your barge? Move your trade along the waterways.
That would be tragic, not just because of how it might affect our trade, but because you would no longer be here in this room.
And again, and so she is really warming to you now. Like she's you can see sort of a little like darker bluish hue in her cheeks as she blushes.
I am actually on my way to Valencia, hopefully to be instated on the council, and I would be happy to bring this up as it is quite an important matter for you and your people as well as us in our partnership.
Yes, we have been petitioning for a seat on the council for quite some time now. I would appreciate it if you would put in a good word on our behalf.
Of course. This is the first I'm hearing of such a petition, and it saddens me that you feel that you may lack a voice on our council. At the very least, I can, work towards representing your interests, which are the interests of Greater Valencia. But I'm also open.
So I'm going to do a little fast forward on this, because I feel like we don't necessarily need to go through the 2.5 hours of diplomatic conversation that you will have to get around to like the actual crux of the situation. So there is so what are you actually going to promise her?
I am promising her that I will bring up this specific issue and bring up a discussion to what it would look like for them to be represented, and to attempt to also hear any other issues that she may want me to be a representative towards her people about.
Okay, that conversation takes about 6 hours.
Oh God. Okay.
That is a lot of stuff that you just promised her. So you spend like most of the day negotiating with the Dryad. And are you? How long are you going? Are you going to still try to do a full 8 hours of writing today?
I kind of look over at Gorf. Gorf, it's getting rather late, and I'm sorry for this has been very important. Do you want to push on for a couple hours, or maybe make camp and we have maybe another day to spare before our deadline to reach Valencia? Maybe we could make camp here at this beautiful river. For 6 hours.
Okay, so while you are doing that, since you have diligently been trying to figure this out for 6 hours, and because the horse is very well trained, you actually see him like as you sort of try to do things with like the little, like you figure out that there's little nails that go in there, and you find you find some in your pack, all that good stuff. There's and you actually see like the horse sort of like position his hoof a little differently as you are attempting to do that, so he's actually trying to help you out to get the shoe back on. So in 6 hours, I will say that yes, it's not a great job, but you do manage to get the horseshoe back on after. No, he cannot. No, you
Speak with
you
animals
had
last week.
yes, you speak with
Or
animals.
yesterday.
Yes. No, Peter is just a regular horse. Oh my God. Yes,
This is the best
Peter.
session ever.
Peter the horse does in fact help you. Like he guides you, he gives you step by step what you need to do in order to get the horseshoe back on. Oh
my God.
He's gonna be diabetic and holy. Cool.
Right?
Diabetic and
It's
all.
gonna be great. It's gonna be great. All right, now, Felix, which environmental effect did you pick? Wizard magic.
So I narrowed it down to 2, then I flipped a coin over it, and I picked air.
Air. Okay. So have you asked the Nereid? And I will very, very gently ask, Goru, I love how diplomatic you are. If we could keep things to, if you only need maybe 10 sentences to describe something instead of 40, that would be useful for me as the DM.
That hurts. I will try.
Right there. So did you have you decided to stay here for the evening? Okay, so as you all are setting up camp, you actually hear something that sounds like almost like a tornado happening. You do not hear the hero wind. What you hear first is this sound of just rushing air. Then you get you see your new Nereid friend come running over to you and just like grab you and drag you towards the water. You and your horses. She drags you towards the water. Tell me what is in the camp that you set up. How much of your stuff? Did
just
you
basic,
you
like,
put your
food.
like backpacks, stuff like that in the camp?
Well, we have the bag of holding, and I have my bag that I keep with me because it's really minimal. Our tent was probably set up.
So your pack is in your tent? Okay, so it's in the saddlebag. So your campsite is, so you don't unpack the horses when you get done for the day. Okay, then your horses get a level of exhaustion every day for every day that you've so they're now at half speed and they get half on their states. Doesn't matter if you're not actually unpacking your horses at night. That means that they're carrying that weight.
Yeah.
Every night. So the fact that that you're not unpacking them, I will let you say that you unpack your horses. Like, that's fine.
I would like to be like, Gorf, why the F aren't you unpacking horses every night?
All right. So you are unpacking the horses every night.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yes.
So now I need you to tell me, since you don't just have everything in the horses, what's actually in the camp?
A lot of our like pots, pan, like basic cooking supplies, tent, bedroll, some food, but a lot of it is still stored in our personal packs that we have and bag of holding. But that's mostly what's unpacked.
Sure. So where's the bag of holding? Okay, so you sleep with your bag of holding attached to you. Okay. All right, so you don't take your clothes off. This is what I'm asking. I'm asking you to accept that there are rules in the world that actually happen. So what's going on here?
Yeah. Because if we're asleep, then I have like nothing on me at this point. You know, armor's off. You know.
You aren't quite asleep. You're just camp has been set.
Okay. Yeah.
So I will allow the bag of holding to be on your person while you are setting the camp. That's fine. Have you set down your backpacks?
Yeah, I've set down my backpack. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what happens with Air? Nereid comes. She grabs you, and without a word, she just like throws you towards the river, and then actually shapes the river so that it sort of camouflages you behind a wall of water, you and your horses, right? Then she steps into the water with you and sort of disappears. And she just looks at you and she says, shh. And as she does that, the rock of the hissing waste sees the camp and just lands in the middle of it and just starts tearing it apart. It starts, anything that's made of leather, it starts eating. So like your tents, your bedrolls, your backpacks, all of that, anything that looks like it might be edible, it just starts consuming. What are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna stay quiet behind the water? Are you gonna go try to take on the rock?
Well, I've never seen this. Do you think can we fight this? I don't know if we can lose the supplies.
Give me a nature check. And let's see. Nature. So with a 13, you know the legends of the rock, and you know enough about the rock to know that you would almost certainly be instantly killed by this thing.
Can they smell what it's cooking, though?
This thing is right.
Yeah. I just like
Big mean
run.
scary bird.
grit my teeth and bear it. Nothing to do. Nature's a
All
bitch
right.
sometimes.
That's what he's got to do.
So we have got so as you stand there watching all of your supplies, so could you please both take all of your basic stuff out of your inventory? So, and if you've got like any torches or pitons or things that would just be in a backpack, take that out. Any sort of wearable items you would have still been wearing. The bag of holding you still hold on to, and the and any weapons you would not have actually set down for the night yet. So you get to keep all of those, but all of your regular supplies, including like your bedroll and your tent and all that kind of stuff,
My
is
alms
now.
box?
Yep,
Not my alms box.
that's right. And with that, we are going to switch over to Felix and Dill. But before we do so, let us look at all of this crazy stuff that's happening. So Danielle, you can give somebody advantage or disadvantage, and who would you like to do that to? That's a good question. And thank you so much for the sub, Chaotic Platypus. And Vedetta has just given somebody push-ups. It looks like it's Goru. So,
I'll hit those in just a second here.
so Goru, you got some push-ups to do. Now, let me before we start with. Oh no, we'll do that in a little bit. So, Felix and Dill, you have made it over the mountains. You have made it into the city. Dill has protected Felix from having them robbed blind. And you find yourself in the realm of the fire genasi, in that quarter of the city. So, why don't you tell me where you head to? First, let me give you a little bit of a description of it. This entire quarter, it looks like for a long time, this area was very well off. You can still see sort of flaked gilding on doorways and on some of the light posts, things like that. But everything is decrepit. Except in the distance, you see the glint of a golden dome. But that seems to be the only sort of whole thing you see. There are carts, furniture just broken down, some of it burned. There are doors that are boarded up. There are windows that are shattered. And you see movement within the houses, so there's people still living. But it looks very much like a slum now, instead of what it obviously used to be. What do you do?
Whoa, weren't those gentlemen so nice? I mean, that man and his son are just such wonderful people. We didn't get their names, so I hope I can thank them for their kindness someday.
Felix, did you really not notice?
Notice what? How genuinely nice those people were? Oh, you're right. We should find them again sometime.
Here, Felix. I borrow this from you. I hand back the bag of holding that was almost stolen.
Wait, when did you? No, I had the bag of holding, and then. No, wait, hold. How did you get this exactly?
The kid tried to steal it from you while the man was distracting you.
Those dirty. Oh my! I feel unclean. Feel unclean. They tried to swindle me.
The thing that I'm curious about is what happened to Felix's.
Happened to Felix's what?
What happened to Felix's accent? His 1940s gangster accent.
The 1940s. That was just way too hard to keep up. I don't know.
I'm sorry. Go on. Do you think?
I'll bring it up whenever I'm trying to pretend I'm someone else's Felix. Oh no!
Well,
You know what?
I'm sure they were just trying to pay for food.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, look at this place. I feel like something happened here. We're wasting our time.
Yes, where do you think we should head first?
Let's go to the dome area. That's what seems like the best option right now.
Very well.
Fabulous. Is that sorry?
I'll steer the Bruma flying towards the dome.
Oh, wait!
You start.
Hold on. I chase after him.
So you
Oh,
are.
sorry,
So
I thought you were sitting on me already.
So are you flying over to the dome?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. As you fly over the city, everything seems sort of washed out. It looks like it's mostly made of like sandstone. In this area, there's, like I said, everything is just sort of like falling apart. You don't know what's going on over here. But you also see that there seems to be sort of like meeting places where people are gathering, and they're all wearing sort of similar colors in the various meeting places. But as you pass over more and more of them, you realize that each meeting place seems to have its own color scheme. And you can give me an insight check if you would like. Either one of you, or both of you, in fact.
Sure. Ooh.
Lovely place,
Are you
Bill.
kidding me?
What a lovely
You
place.
both. Did you both just crit fail on insight?
Did we trip?
Both of
That's
you?
horrible.
Did we mess up on the broom and fell?
God.
Please
Oh
tell us how
God.
this happened.
So just so you know, everyone in chat, if there are significant dice rolls like this where there's just like, obviously the dice want to screw these guys over, I have no choice but to do the dice's bidding. So as you are in fact looking in different directions at this point, and Dill, you see about one street over a group of people that are all wearing various shades of orange. Felix, you're looking in the opposite direction about one street over, and you see a group of people that are all wearing various colors, various shades of green. All right. It looks like mostly what it looks like is probably fire genasi, but you definitely see a few other types of humanoids, and they're like one or two elves, maybe some humans, things like that. And at the same moment, you both shout out to each other because there's wind happening, so you have to talk a little louder. You both shout out to each other, "Look at these guys that are wearing orange green" at the same time, and say, "No, it's right over there." And then you see everybody look up at you as you are pointing specifically to the two groups, and they realize that their rival gang is only 2 blocks away. And you see that you just started a gang war as you are flying over this section of the city. So you see them flood around the buildings that they were behind. They see each other. They see the orange. They see the green. And you just start seeing spells flying, crossbow bolts, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to need you to each give me a dexterity save.
They shoot magic at each other. It's not like West Side Story where they just go snapping at each other.
You can each give me an Arcana check to see if they are in fact snapping their fingers to produce the flame. And maybe that's what West Side Story was. Maybe they was gangs of wizards.
Yes, they are.
Medieval
This we know. This we know.
We now know that in Jarsai, cantrips are performed with dance. Um, so did you give me some? Sorry, I'm on a different panel right now. Did you
Dex
give me some
saves.
dexterity saves?
Oh yeah.
Did you? Did
Tentacles.
you? All right,
Oh,
Dill,
pretty good.
you
Yes.
saved. Okay, all right. So you both saved, but there are like little fire bolts flying past you and crossbow bolts flying past you. There's just all kinds of stuff, and you see they're starting to meet in the middle, and you just see people going down on both sides. They're just being they are being brutal with each other. What are you going to do?
What are we gonna do, Felix? Are we going to intervene?
We should get out of here. Sorry. Just go. Just fly. We don't want to get
Okay,
caught in this.
okay. We keep going.
As they're flying away, I'm just
Okay.
like, we had nothing to do with that. Look at me, Dale. Look at me. Not our
Oh
fault.
my god.
Are you sure? It seemed like there were
No.
two the ones that. No. Oh.
No, we didn't even hear about it. We were in another part of the city when it happened.
We were.
Yes.
We were?
Yes, we were.
Yes.
So much
So you
magic.
you keep going. You hear struggles and fighting behind you. And-
God. What have we done?
Okay. So, and you head towards the palace. As you head towards there, you see that there is this golden dome as part of a huge palace complex that seems to have many different buildings surrounding it, all gorgeous, all perfect, and you notice that just outside the gates of this compound, everything's a mess. Like, this is the only place in this quarter of the city where anybody is actually taking care of what's going on. So, what do you do?
Sorry, one question. Does it look like they have shortages of something, or does it look like it's very much just being shuffled to the higher up people, the rich, while the poor just get kind of stepped on?
You give me a history check.
Gotcha.
And thanks for the follow, Sin Gal. You get a little wink from Corton. Wink.
13?
A 13. Okay. So you know that there is a sultan in charge of each section of the city, and that they have been fighting with each other for hundreds of years. What else would you know with a 13? You would know that the section of town that you were in, the fire section, is known for its traders, who are very good at their job, but are also very greedy.
Oh. And is that specific to the fire genasi, or?
Yes, so that is
Okay.
specific. Each section, one of the reasons that they've been battling each other is because each section
You're cutting out a bit for me.
representative of
You're breaking up.
their element, and is very representative of the
Is he back?
I don't think so.
All right, let me. Is that any better?
Yes, that's a bit better.
Slightly.
Is that? Hold on one sec. Let me switch my power cord. That might be the issue. Pardon me. While I...
No, he's not. He knows his colors, okay?
I was literally just about to say that.
These are magical creatures, okay? They can see whatever they want. My fantasy games.
Can't see invisible creatures.
Well, I can smell them. Or however blind sight works.
Can't you actually see invisible creatures, though?
Their general area, you know, like
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's go, the Bear Brothers over here. Craziness.
I think I hurt
Cool,
my
then
shoulder.
you can see the red of
doing
your
push-ups.
blood.
Hmm.
Kyle.
I miss
Oh,
him already.
Wait.
He's back.
okay. Okay.
Heard him for a little bit.
All right. So, can you hear me now?
It's
Yeah.
better, but it's still cutting out. Just a little jittery.
Me too. The coffee's working really well.
Nice. Yeah. Speaking of our sponsor, pop that link up again.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we used as well.
And the cool thing, the cool thing about their Kickstarter right now too is that they're not even asking for money right now. They just want you to sign up. That for for the notifications, just check them out, and then that'll help them get noticed and be pushed up by the Kickstarter site and everything too. So definitely, even if you can't support them financially, still go check them out. They're pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Can you hear me?
Nah, he's gone.
You hear
Ah.
it just disconnects. That's horrid.
So let's all just improv right now. Yeah, just like
And it didn't get to eat.
yeah, this is what's happening in Gorf's dream right now. He's just yeah. So like, get it together, Gorf. Oh man, if Gorf was holding rock wings, that would be so cool. Those things are huge. I think they're monstrosities, right?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
No, wait, I'm the DM right now. I like being the DM. Everyone gets a lot of gold. No!
Yay!
Oh, yeah, I am the GM. I'm even more the GM.
Hello.
Oh, I'm Dill.
Felix dies. I'm sorry.
Felix dies,
Rock
yeah.
falls. Felix dies.
I'm Dill. I have a heart, but it's not beating.
No.
Hello, I am Goru. I will give you everything and ask you for nothing. Can we please be friends?
The accuracy. He's working on it.
Yeah. Describe it to us.
Oh, he walks up and he rolls a good attack roll, and the rock runs out of hit points and it dies. Congratulations, you get 200 XP.
Yay!
Level 8.
You got 17 levels? Yep.
We can fight the rock. Dude, when he said a rock like lands, I'm like, first thought is literally, we're gonna fight Dwayne the Rock Johnson right now.
Its name is Dwayne Cannon,
Like,
okay?
that was literally first thought popped in my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna kick Dwayne's ass,
God.
and then realize no.
Yeah.
No.
We can't lose a gem like Dwayne. I think he
It's
is
crazy.
legitimately the highest paid actor. I don't even like. A lot of his movies weren't that good. I don't.
Has it been like that the entire stream?
Yeah, I tried to
Wrong
tell
mic.
you, but I didn't
Wrong
know how
mic
to.
the whole time.
There. Wow. All right. Well, sorry about that, guys.
It still sounds the same to me.
Oh,
but-
just since Kyle got done. That's interesting. Okay.
Oh, everyone gets a lot of gold before
Yeah.
Kyle comes back as the GM.
Quick!
A lot of gold,
Oh,
14
he's back.
levels.
He's back.
Congratulations.
Take all the gold.
All the gold. Okay. I have 3 million gold.
Yeah.
Were you guys
And
able to
any
hear,
legendary
were you guys
item you
able
want.
to hear me earlier? Yeah. Legendary artifacts for all. Exactly.
Is Kyle back? Hello?
He's in here, but he's not saying anything.
I think
not
he's still
muted, or-
trying to get it back up and running.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chad, can you just let me know so that I mean, I guess there's nothing I can do now, but were you guys able to hear me before? Oh, could hear you until Kyle dropped, and
Yeah.
we can hear you again now. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Not sure why that happened, because it changed my audio source for some reason.
Well, chat. Just know that what you missed from Gorf was all very, very funny dialogue.
Oh, it was hilarious. Well, yeah, I mean, we're talking about how Gorf single-handedly killed the Rock, and now I'm level 17, and it's canon, and
Yeah.
Kyle can't do anything because he missed his 10-second window to object.
Yep.
So, and we all have
That's
3
how it
million
works.
gold. So, that's good. So, but
Oh,
Kyle won't let us
the
buy
Lich
items anyway.
Queen, she just drops down and
Yeah,
dies.
she
Weird.
falls
She had
down
a
the
heart attack.
stairs.
She was too old. Yeah. Very sad indeed.
Many rocks.
The undead army, it was like a mothership situation, so they just dropped as well. Like in bad sci-fi movies.
Yes, exactly. Once she's done, they're all
There's
done.
definitely a sky beam at some point, you know.
Right.
Exactly. Many rocks of mass experience for Sling. We're all level 18 now, and this is just going to be a high-level campaign now. It's just what it is. Everyone
Yeah,
fought
Dylan
3
Felix-
rocks at the same time.
Oh, he's back.
All right.
Most successful
so
campaign.
He's
I,
alive!
Shortest.
I don't know, so I don't know exactly what is going on
Yep.
right now. There is, but I am in the Discord, but the Discord is not actually showing up
Interesting.
on my thing. I
Yeah.
also hold on while I oh god, it's not giving me which it's not showing me which thing we've got our music on right now.
Mystery.
Mystery, okay. So, all right, it'll be fine. It's just a little loud in my. I have to be on my phone for some reason. I don't know what is going on. If Discord is like forcing a reboot or something like that over there. But so between between my phone and my computer, I should be fine. So that'll be delightful.
That's right, Chaotic. That's right. He said, "Don't worry, Kyle. It's fine. The players won the campaign while you were fixing things." So
eventually, hopefully, it will start. It'll start being, like, it'll start working again.
Yeah.
Until then.
Till then, we'll just keep it how it is. Yeah. We're not in the right spots, but that's okay because we can all hear each other. That's what's important.
Sorry, Kyle. I'm the DM now, so too bad.
Oh, perfect. That's
you
great.
get to be
I'm
Gorf.
Totally down with that.
Because
all right. Play as Gorf.
Yeah.
I'm
Felix. Yes.
I love it. Woo. So let me see. There's not much I can do about the video. Sorry.
That's fine.
So if you want to just pop a little like the Corton thing up there for me, that would be great.
I'm not good enough for you.
No, you're not. You never will be, Anton, because you're a Swede.
Whoa, okay.
Damn.
I can see how it is.
Wow.
Damn.
That is
awful.
Just real bad
watching.
Good God. Hopefully there's no children watching.
No, I love my Scandinavians. They're delightful. Lando, is there by any chance any way that you can reduce the sound on my thing?
Let me.
What's going on?
I think there is a way. Give me a couple
it's actually really loud.
Yeah, I think I can. I have to go to
yes, and we apologize for any inconvenience that you experienced here on D&D on Play Nerd Allies, because this is a thing that has never happened before. So, but now we can jump in to what is actually going on with these guys. Have you decided to enter the palace complex, or are you staying away from it?
Sure, let's go for it.
Let's just bite the bullet and walk in.
I think I changed it.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll like swoop down to the gate or something. I'm not sure if we were allowed to just fly over. That seems like we're gonna get shot down that way.
No, we're front door kind of people, Dill. Please.
Oh, yeah. Fabulous.
Yeah, we're diplomats.
So as you get closer to the ground, what you see is there are obviously armed guards, but these are armed to the teeth. They all carry various types of either longbows or heavy crossbows. They all each have several daggers on their person and at least one much larger weapon. So, how do you approach the door? What do you say?
I guess I just walk up all confident, like I'm 10 foot tall, even though I'm 2 foot tall, and I say, hello there, gentlemen. We're looking to talk to someone in charge. Is there any way we can have passage into this beautiful place?
They look at you and they're just like, what business do you have here?
Well, to be frank, it's business of life or death. We're here to discuss diplomatic relations as representatives from the Delver's mine. And
we've heard of you.
Perfect.
We've heard that the mine is rich.
It is indeed, and we'd like to discuss possibly opening up a market stall in there from representatives from Jarsai, and well, I think we stopped in the right place with all of your lavish.
If you are looking for trade, you certainly have stopped in the right place. Tell me,
Perfect.
what would you trade with our enclave?
Well, I do have a gift pack set up, but I would really prefer showing it to your dignitary.
You say you bring gifts. I could
Indeed.
certainly take that to him. Arrange an
Well,
evening for you.
gifts are much better handed in person, if you wouldn't mind, but please, if you would put in a good word for us, I'm sure some good wealth will surely go your way.
Okay, as you say that, are you presenting any wealth to him?
Yes. I'm going to hand him a bag of 5 platinum pieces.
All right. And he looks at it, and that's a lot of money. FYI, that's 50
Is it?
gold pieces.
Yeah.
Should I do
So
should I
you
do 2
just give
platinum?
him. Nope, you've already
No,
done it.
it's 5.
There is you have made the choice, and we are going to roll with what happens because of the choice you just made.
Me being the person of wealth that I am, I'm sure you can see, and I just kind of jingle the platinum, how important it is for you to put in a good word with us. So that
yes, he looks at you and he says, "Yes, of course, of course. Someone as important as a representative from the Delver's dream must certainly be taken care of, mustn't
see.
they?"
You are a man of good taste, after all.
It's true. I am. As you are being taken through the gates. The gates swing open. These gates are perfectly polished, like beautiful. It seems like the whole area might be sort of modeled after, like a very pale model, mind you, of the city of brass on the plane of fire. So everything is brass or bronze, a little verdigris here and there. It's just beautiful. Everything, the scroll work is immaculate. And they open the gates for you, and as you step through, they then immediately close the gates again, and you can feel like eyes peering from the buildings across the street, sort of waiting for an opportunity to jump that fence. And I would like, Dill, you may give me a perception check.
Okay.
As may Felix.
Okay. Hopefully this time I get another nat 1. That's what I'm hoping.
Oh dear. Oh,
As we're
dear.
walking, I just go, "Wow, Felix, that was really
With
well. You're so good at talking."
Well, I do know all the words.
That's true. But with a 16 perception check, you realize that one of the guards is attempting to grab your purse that you had shaken in front of them that he saw had the other platinum pieces in it.
I'll just kind of, without anybody else noticing, I'll switch the pouch out for just an empty one. Or one with, like...
I'm sorry,
like 10,
okay,
10 bronze pieces.
So, well, there's no such thing as a bronze piece. There's a copper piece.
Copper piece, my bad. I'll just do an empty one. I'll just swap it out for an empty one.
Okay, I'm going to need you to... all right, if you want to do that, you are going to have to first make me a sleight of hand check. and then make me a deception check.
Okay.
All right, so your sleight of hand, it takes you a little longer than you would like to get that there, so your deception check doesn't really matter because the guy sees you switch it out. Where do you put the pouch? Like, your pouch is on one hip. Where are you going to put the pouch with the actual money in it?
I'll put it under my hat.
Oh my god. Okay. Sure. That's totally fine. That is 100% legit. As you are moving through this complex, you see along many of the balconies there are certain dining areas that are al fresco with lavish and ornate chairs. You can see the glint of gold, silverware, and plates. Everything is so ostentatious here. There's so much gold everywhere. You can tell that the tiles are probably worth, each tile is worth more than a house would be worth in the rest of this part of the city.
Wow.
Yeah, I need you, it's gonna take you, so the guard is walking you fairly slowly towards the palace. The
give
first
him a
thing I need you
side
to
eye.
do is I'm gonna need you to make another perception check.
Both of us?
Both of you can make a perception check.
Okay.
You don't see anything happening, all right. And you're walking very slowly. And the guard is just, yes, why don't you tell me of your magnificent mine and where all of its wealth comes from? This is just fantastic.
Okay, I'm just going to do an insight check on him.
Okay, fabulous. Give me that insight. Give me that insight.
Wow.
He seems like he's doing his job, that his job is to escort people and talk to them. He's obviously pumping you for information, but, you know, that's what you do when you meet a new person. So there's nothing really untoward happening here. Anything else you'd like to do, either you or Dill, as you're walking?
As we're walking, I'm just gonna sort of borrow the bag of holding from Felix, and I'm just gonna start stuffing the broom into it, sort of awkwardly.
Okay, fabulous. So you're still walking really slowly, so give me another perception check.
I wanted to, while he was talking to us,
Yes.
I wanted to kind of describe the mine, and I'm just going to get a little frustrated with him and say, look, I feel like we're walking slow on purpose here. If you have some sort of ulterior motive, please just get out with it.
He just, with your insight check of 8, he just looks at you as the most innocent person, just absolutely harmed by the fact that you would accuse him of something like that. He's heartbroken that you would do that.
I'm sorry. Can we just please move it along?
Because he's heartbroken, he stops and just looks at you dead in the eyes. Like, why would you say something such as that? I had heard that the people of Delver's Dream were accepting of other people and didn't make judgments about them. It starts having a conversation like that with you. Please make me another perception check. Gimme them dice rolls.
All right.
Gonna roll some dice. All right, so Dill, you don't notice anything. Felix, your backpack feels a little weird. You realize that one of the straps has already been undone, and somebody is attempting to undo the other strap.
Okay, I jump back from them, and I say,
I'm gonna need you to give me a dexterity check.
Dexterity check or save?
No.
Okay.
Let's make it a dexterity save.
A save? Okay, then let me re-roll it. Let's see if this is better. Nope. Okay.
Oh, and take
I'm
crit
gonna
fail.
I'm gonna give you advantage.
I'm gonna use one of my inspiration and re-roll
Okay,
that.
all right, fabulous. Let's re-roll.
Because I have a million inspiration. You know what? That's
You're only ever allowed
much
to have
better,
3 at a
but-
time. Don't
Right.
forget. can only hold on to 3 from session to session. All right,
12.
so it's still not great. You jump away, putting all of them in front of you instead of behind you. And your backpack comes away in the hand of the person that was trying to take it off of you. And you see him sort of sheepishly look at you and like realize what's happening, and then just drop it on the ground very quickly, and then pick it up. Oh, you dropped this. Here you go. There you are, sir.
Oh, how nice of him, isn't it, Felix? We've only met 2 people before you, and it's nice to see that there are such pleasant people here as well.
I know what's going on here, okay? This isn't my first shakedown.
Oh, now everybody suddenly gets offended. There is. I would like both of you to give me. You may give me. Now that you're in the compound, you can give me an insight check with advantage.
Let's see how this goes. Oh, no way!
Oh, no. Well, that's intimidation. I'm sorry, hon.
Is it?
But I'll let you. You know what? I'll let you keep the crit. I'll let
Keep
you.
the-
You've had enough bad luck today.
It's only a 24 instead of a 28.
You realize that while this is not great of them, it is absolutely how things work here. Everyone expects everyone else to try to steal from them, but calling it out is totally not okay. So you have actually offended these guys now. What are you gonna do?
All right. If this is how this game is played here, I suppose since I am the one that has done the party foul, as it were, you may keep your spoils. Go ahead, take my backpack.
Oh, now they're getting even more offended. Like, now they're actually getting angry.
Still, I don't know what to do anymore.
I must apologize for my ignorant friend here. We are not very accustomed with this place and are not sure how interactions with people are. However unbelievable that might sound, but please.
So the guy at the head looks at you both, recognizes what's happening, and that you're sort of trying to make amends, and he says, all we were trying to do was to hand you a backpack that you had dropped, and you started accusing us of terrible things.
Oh,
and
I see.
You see a glint in his eyes, and you recognize the same sort of glint in his eyes that he had before he opened the gate for you.
I see. Our mistake. Of course, you were only being a good neighbor. Thank you for helping me, assisting me with my backpack.
And you go grab the backpack. You now have your backpack. You can like fix the straps now and put it back on if you like.
Come now, Dill. This man is generous enough to walk us through this compound. Let us follow him.
Yes,
but I'm gonna be on guard for any further pickpocketing now.
Fabulous.
I'm just gonna look at how many are there? 2 people with us?
Oh no, there's like 6. You
All
guys
right,
are
I'm just gonna say,
by guards.
you know, I've lived in merchantry my entire life, and back there we have this thing called tipping, where we're very generous with our gold for people who do a well job, and I'll just sort of hand out a gold each to everyone. I'm not sure how customs are over here, but I would very much like to show you my gratitude.
Okay, and who do you give gold to?
Just everyone who's helping us out here, all the 6 people.
Like a gold piece,
Sure.
or 5 or 10. What would you like to do?
Maybe 50 to one guy, you know.
They can fight to the death over it.
Yeah, you sort of place a pouch of gold in the middle and have them decide. No.
Give them a broken
My
pole
God.
Just like 200 gold pieces thrown in the middle.
You're just like,
Oh,
oh
man.
no, I dropped my gold pouch.
Oh,
I am
no.
not that happen.
That one that I
Whoever
gave
picks it
5
up for me will
platinum,
be rewarded with half of it.
that-
Here's
that
a
guy that I-
sword.
Okay, that's enough. So what are you saying?
I was gonna say that guy that I gave 5 platinum to, he's totally gonna get mugged. Like, that's way too much money to just be walking around with, right?
You have no idea.
Okay.
So as you keep moving forward, you guys definitely notice a few more slight attempts. They all seem sort of sheepish now, but you see a few more sort of half-hearted attempts to like strip like a silver button off your coat, or to grab a pouch or something like that. But you manage to sort of shift your weight just in time, without giving the game away. And you get a couple like little giggles behind you and you realize that they now appreciate the fact that you now understand the game that we're all playing.
I'm gonna try to pickpocket one of them while they're coming up.
Oh my God. Are you gonna, which one are you gonna go after?
The leader. I'm gonna go after the leader.
Ooh.
Okay.
The main man.
All right. I am gonna say
Take your 5 plats back.
he put his pouch like on the front of him, so it'll be a little more difficult. Like they all seem to have their pouches, like any pouches they're holding, sort of towards the front. So literally, you would have to step in front of them to steal it.
Can I actually distract them a little bit? Like, I'll just, since we're walking so slow, I'll just be like, oh, let's make this a bit more fun. We just met each other. I'll pull the DOS loot out and I'll start playing a little bit and I'll dance kind of around them. And
Oh, sure. Yes, you certainly can. First, give me a performance check.
hell yes.
I'll join in with the violin, but I'm not really
You're gonna-
dancing. I'm just
you're
sort of
gonna give me,
walking
a
ahead.
minute? You're gonna give me a
Yeah.
minute?
Oh my God. You're
Ew.
serenading your pickpockets. All right.
Ooh,
Okay, I'm
16?
here for this.
For performance?
16. Well, give me. You have advantage. So, you rolled it with advantage. All right.
Yeah.
So with a 16, they look at you a little strangely. They're like, this doesn't normally happen, but the music is great. So you see, like a couple of them, sort of like, like popping their heads and just, like getting into it a little bit. Not too much. They're on duty. But the leader doesn't really. He sort of eyes you, and he's like. You see that glint in his eye again. He's like, he knows what's going on. Now I would like, since you're trying to pickpocket them, first I need a dexterity check from you to see if you can actually get your hands on the pouch.
Okay, let's see how this goes. 19.
Ooh, yes, a 19. You do get your hands on the pouch. Now I need a sleight of hand check to see if you can actually get it off the belt.
Oh my God, 28? Is
Oh
that good?
Oh God!
Yes! Yes!
As you are dancing around, you sort of do a little pirouette right next to him, and by the end of the turn, there is a money pouch with 5 platinum under your hat.
Isn't this fun?
Oh my God. And even he now is just like
That's amazing.
And as you get there, you make it to the gates to the actual palace. They bow to you. They all giggle a little bit. And you see the leader look at you and say, "You might want to check that pouch, but good job."
Oh, no way. I'll check the pouch immediately. I'll just pull it out and be like, oh, no.
And you see a little token that's in the shape of what looks like a throne, with a flame on it, and you see as you approach the gates, you see more guards standing there at the gates to the palace, and they say, "Pass. Where's your pass?"
And I'll look at the token. I'll look at them. I'll just
And
kind
they
of show
say-
them the token.
And they look at you, they say, "Ah, a diplomat. Fantastic. Welcome to the palace of Faldan Manhada, the Fire Sultan of Jersai."
Ooh.
And with that, I don't know. So while I was gone, did you guys take like a little break? I'm assuming.
No, kind of. We talked about the. We did a little bit of improv, but then we talked about the.
Our fabulous sponsors. Oh, good. Okay,
Sponsor,
so
yes.
we've already covered that. Again, they're great sponsors. Click on the links.
Please.
We really appreciate them. They're actually really cool people. So go sign up for their Kickstarter today. It'll be glorious. So then let us head back over to Ethul. Ethul.
Yeah.
So yeah, what I wanted to do was talk to Ingrath a little bit more. There was another point that I wanted to ask her about.
Certainly.
All
right.
Well, I guess it's perfect time while he's just sitting there writing down this copy of the map. Oh, one quick thing. What do you know about shadow magic?
Well, me dear, I do know quite a bit about the shadow magics. They're a wonderful school of necromancy that I think is very useful, especially in the teaching of the younger people. Because shadow magic doesn't have quite the same effects as regular magic. You can teach them some basics of how magic is useful and things like that. And if there is something harmful happening, it won't do quite as much damage to them as they're learning it. So I think it's great as a learning tool. I think it's very versatile and can be very useful for someone that doesn't want to just carry an entire spell book in their head all the time.
Yeah, I see the point of view of that. I don't have to worry about the spell book, but here, maybe you can understand this. I'm sure you're aware of the Shadow Blade spell, yes?
The Shadowfell? Pardon?
No, the Shadow Blade spell.
Shadow Blade. Oh, you're discussing a warlock's abilities.
I think more than Warlock can learn it, but kind of just holds his hand above his shadow and he's got a Umbra. And it just kind of slowly creeps up to his hand, and he pulls out Frostbane from the shadow slowly as the cold ice air just pours off and pulls it up. I inadvertently created this with a shadow here with an avatar.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're
Hold
coming
on,
in
one
real
sec.
quiet.
Yeah, you're very quiet. And Lando, can you turn my music down again? That would
Yeah.
be amazing.
Yep, give me one sec. And yeah, I have you up at 200%, and you're still pretty quiet.
Can you hear me better now?
Not particularly. Is that better?
Literally every
Kyle?
game.
I can sort of hear it. It's still. We're just in
want
that
some more?
in that music. Where yeah, can you turn him up for me?
I can't turn him up for you. No.
Okay, all right. I like if you can just shut the music off for me, that would be great because it keeps just swelling and I can't hear anything.
Yeah, that's fine. For right now, I'll just pause it.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Guess I just had to fucking leave. But he'll hold his hand above his shadow and just say, Ferus Umbra. And as the shadows just kind of like lift up and start caressing around his fingers and cold air pours out, he'll pull Frostbane out and hold it out in front of her. I created this with a Shadow Blade spell inadvertently when I killed an Abishai.
That was super badass.
Yes, of course. I've heard it's very rare for something like this to happen, but if you have a connection to a specific weapon, it can pick up echoes of the fights that you have. It's in fact one of the various ways that artifacts are created. If a weapon stays with a person as they change the world, some of the change stays with the weapon long after the person has gone the way of, well, as everyone does, into death.
It did mix with my blood once. Now it seems to heal me whenever I strike something with it. So that would
Ooh.
track. But I'm interested in learning more about sealing away potential threats in a similar fashion. Is there anything you might be able to give me for insight in that?
Sealing away potential threats, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, I figure that if I can seal away an Abishai, maybe I can try sealing away other things that might be a danger to me, my companions, or the mine.
So, okay, you're going to have to remind me how the Abishai got sealed away.
You crit
Crit
on
20 on striking it in the back of the head with the freaking jet.
With your Shadow Blade?
yeah.
And it just disappeared?
The way you described it is, yeah, it's like I threw it at it, it hit the back of its head, it killed it with the crit damage, and then when it died, it like bodies vanished and the sword became solid and stuck into the ground.
Oh, that's right. You absorbed. I'm sorry. When you said sealed away, I was thinking the imprisonment spell. I'm like, oh no, that's different. No, that's a different thing. That's right. When it became part of the actual sword.
Yes.
And she looks at you and she says,
It doesn't necessarily need to make a
is
weapon.
there a... Oh dear. It absorbed a devil.
Yes, White Abishai.
Well, you might want to be a little more careful then about how you swing that thing about. If it in fact absorbed something, that's going to stay with it as well. So the things, all of those things that a White Abishai wants, it's probably going to try to instill in the sword. So things like the cold, blood, vengeance, destruction, things that Tiamat herself might want, as the Abishai are her children directly.
So then he wouldn't have any complaints if I were to say, I don't know, kill a couple hundred mind players?
As long as you're shedding blood, I'm sure he'll be content and happy in there. It's when you start going against him, you'll probably have to start having a few conversations.
I could have sworn you said shitting.
I'm sorry, so what?
It sounded like you said, as long as you're shitting blood, he'll be happy. And then I realized, shedding.
Yes, he will be.
Sorry.
Okay, gross. First of all,
There's.
I was like, oh.
Right. So gross. Ethul, I'm sorry that apparently now it's canon that your sword wants you to defecate blood all the time.
We're just not gonna do that. I mean, there's not like copious amounts of Mexican food I can eat, you know.
So we're gonna get canceled now, and I'm gonna say, you would have to eat an awful lot of Chipotle. So,
but yes, like if I could like use this ability in some way, like the future, to seal away strong enemies and maybe add them to like a trinket collection that you could keep guard of, and perhaps even study, maybe.
She looks at you and she says, I mean, there are many ways that you can trap a soul or a body in various places. And yes, there are some that collect it. But if you are the type that would do that, perhaps it's time for you to go.
Sorry, I meant no offense. It's mostly as a defensive measure. I have no intention of like seeking it out.
Well, you wouldn't be able to without something like the soul trap,
Oof.
something in that category. There's what happened with your weapon only will ever happen once with a weapon. But it changes the weapon. So now, if you, I have heard of artifacts being purified in certain ways, but you would need to find a way to make that happen on your own based on, information that you might get at some point or research that you do on what could help.
Assuming divine magics would be needed.
Well, perhaps, there's any number of ways to cleanse something. If, for instance, you have the spirit of, let's say, an evil fire elemental, an enraged fire elemental, probably some simple holy water would be enough to calm it for some time. Maybe submerging it for quite some time could, in fact, cleanse that pain away from the fire elemental. There's any number of ways. It always has to do with what the infection was to begin with.
So if I would want to retire this blade at some point before I died and fell into the wrong kind of hand, what would I need to do?
If you wanted to retire your blade,
Yes.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Well, obviously this thing is dangerous, and I barely trust myself with it, much less anyone else. And in coming into near the end of my life, I would, if I have a chance, like to destroy it so that it can't, fall into the wrong hands after I can't wash it anymore.
Well, let's see. I can do a little research for you on how you destroy a weapon infected with the evil of Tiamat. But the most immediate thought that comes to mind is you probably feed it to Bahamut, wouldn't you?
Just kind of has a moment of epiphany. Oh, suppose I would make that. I just have to figure out how to talk to a dragon god.
Is there anything else that you would like to talk to her about?
For her, no. I think that's everything. Thank you for her time.
All right, fabulous. And you had a lovely conversation for quite some time at this point with her. And so as you did that, she at one point looks at you and she says, "You're going to have to come back when the rains start coming down, dearie. There's still a few things I'd like to chat with you about." And you recognize that there's still a lot that you need to know about what's happening. And she's probably the best source of information for you.
Oh, yeah, that's why I came to talk to her in the first place.
And so, but with that, now that you know what you can do with your weapon, I'm going to say that you have gotten all the information you're going to get that day, and you head back to go do whatever you're going to do of an evening and rest for the day. So we're going to move you to the next day. And let's head back to Gorf and Goru. Tell me what's happening over here. So your campsite's been destroyed. A nice little Nariad saved your life from the rock. You have your horses, and what's on your back? What are you gonna do next?
As soon as the rock leaves, we start thank the why can't I think? I want to say Florid, but I'm like it's
the water
the water
person.
spirit. Yeah.
The Nariad?
The
Yeah,
Nereid, thank you.
Period.
Thank the Nereid for like protecting us, and I ask her if we can gather some water. So like immediate worry, like gathering maybe some brush for the horses to eat, and water as much as we can carry in containers that we might have in the bag of holding, and try to just move on. Scrounge what we can from the fallen camp and thank her and try to get out of there as soon as possible.
Isn't it
Okay,
nighttime? Or close to it?
it's evening.
So I guess we rest there and then do that in the morning. Same order, but we'll rest by the river.
All right. So as you're resting by the river, she points out a place with like a little bit of soft grass on it.
Oh, nice.
But I'm gonna need you each to make a Constitution check for me.
Check or save?
Do a check, and you're gonna want to roll high.
Yeah, figured.
My God, I rolled a 6 plus 5, 11.
That's fine. You got above 10,
17.
which means you do not gain a level of exhaustion. So that's good. But you get up, you wish her well. You take all the information, you remember all the information that you're supposed to give her, and you head out for the day. Why don't you roll me a weather check for today's travels?
Do it, bro.
That's not bad. That's
not bad.
super bad.
A 10 is exactly in the middle. So it's fine. It's a little overcast.
It's fine.
Like it's a little bit muggy. It's not super pleasant, but it's just a little overcast. You can hear the hissing of the hissing waste, all the rust monsters underneath the black iron trees. So you're not alone. But you're fine. You're fine for now. Why don't you roll me to see what happens today on your journey as you're moving through the world?
16. There's your above an 11.
Hello?
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 Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Kyle?
Hello?
Oh dear.
We got a little
Oh,
bit.
wait.
Oh, where's Kyle?
Oh,
We can hear
wait.
Kyle
Oh
now.
dear. Yep.
You're
Here we go. I'm
We can
here.
hear you.
Let's see if I
Oh,
can
no.
actually make the camera work again. If not, we'll just go right back to all right, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
I know things are loading for me right now. Okay, so are we back?
You're still
technically.
spinning.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. That's okay. What I'm going to
But
do.
we're all in the right spot now. That's good.
Yep.
Oh, good.
That's fine.
Fabulous. So I'm actually, in order to take a little of the weight off of my intranets, I am going to try. I'm going to get rid of the V cam, so I'm just going to do my regular camera.
That's great.
So I know it's going to be horrifying, everybody. So just be ready for it. Cry for me.
Why?
Yeah. If it ever wants to actually pop up there, there's and who knows if it will. It may never do
there
it.
you go.
Are we there?
Yep.
Are we good? Are we fabulous?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well,
And
then
he's
let's not
back.
mess with a good thing. We've got this going on. All right. So you have given me a 16. Ooh, looks like things are gonna get a
Oh,
little more exciting.
more
for
exciting than
you
all of our
guys.
stuff getting destroyed.
My
That is
goodness
a lot.
gracious.
Let's see. Let's see. Maybe someday we can
Um,
actually fight.
Yeah, so what I'm going
God,
to
why
do
would
is
you
I'm
say
going to
that?
leave it I'm going to leave it up to chat. Hey chat,
Yay!
do we want this to be a good encounter or a bad encounter for
Oh
them?
no.
Which one would you like? You here, I'll even do
Do a poll.
I will do a little poll if I can get that started. There's my poll thing.
I'm
I
gonna
see
I'm gonna
you.
abstain from voting because I could just hate you.
You just vote the whole thing.
Neutral.
With all of your
I would
channel
be
points?
shocked if anyone had more channel
Beats the
points than I
crap out of
do.
people.
So
Challenge.
just
Well,
accepted.
Anton
abstaining.
says that he wants something good. He wants
Maybe
something
I'll vote
good.
once.
It looks like I'm not going to be able to start a poll right now. But Anton has said he wants something very pleasant. So it's going to
Also
be
good, too.
exciting
Danielle.
and good. Oh, and Danielle, fabulous.
But
All right.
chaotic
I vote
platypus
bad.
loves chaos. But
Well, just because you had a bad encounter doesn't mean everyone has to have a bad encounter.
we had all of our stuff taken by a stupid rock.
I think that was
Yeah,
my fault
so-
too.
It
Like, 'cause the
100%
wind
was.
thing- I feel bad, honestly.
You gave bits
do a
and then
wind
you
counter.
messed us up.
Expected like a tornado.
Sorry.
Gorf doesn't
Sorry.
have a bedroll now. He has to sleep on the grass like an animal.
He does.
He's a bear
He
sleeping in the
does.
woods.
He's just an animal.
That's why I said it. How dare you?
Okay.
It is
So,
unbearable. You're right.
Yes, you are as you are moving through your next
Oh, you're cutting
more
it out again.
forested
For being an ally.
Thank you, Frog.
areas.
You myth legs. Thanks for the follow.
And as you are doing that,
I don't know if you can hear us, Kyle, but
you
everything you're trying to say right now is just cutting in and out. We haven't gotten anything. Apologies. Some rough stuff. Froggy Legs. That's a great name. Froggy Myth Legs.
let us join over here. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Fabulous. Okay, so as it gets more forested, you suddenly start seeing in breaks in the trees the top of Valencia's mountain that it's built into. You can see just at the very top of it, there's still a little snow, even though it's summertime right now. And it gives you this sense of hope, this sense of relief to see your home just a few days right away. And as you continue traveling through the forest, you start hearing, give me a perception check.
Oh my
17.
God.
Alrighty. So we've got a 17 perception. So Gorf, you actually start hearing for the first time in many months. You can hear the language, the owl language of the Druids of Valencia on the wind. You know that there's at least a few of the Druids close by. What are you gonna do?
There's some druids nearby.
Really?
No, you can't hear them. I haven't heard that
Not-
sound in really long time.
I don't.
Ooh.
We should head in that direction. That sounds wonderful.
That would be
Maybe they have some supplies to spare.
really, really good. We could really use some supplies right now.
That'd be fantastic.
That would be really
I like to
good.
Sleep on the ground. I don't like sleeping on the ground.
So, as you head towards the sound of the Druids, it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. And as you pass underneath a tree, you don't see anything, but you hear a hoo, hoo, and you realize that there was a druid above you. It's now signaling to his friends, that someone approaches. And you see the path in front of you suddenly get overgrown with bushes. And then you hear another different ooh, ooh, and suddenly the bushes recede again and the path opens up for you. Apparently they were saying that friends are approaching. And you enter a small glade and you find a little druid way station. And they come to greet you, bowing and saying, oh, yes, hello. Hello, Prince Goru. Hello. We have heard word of your ascension. Congratulations are in order.
Thank you. Hello, friends. It's good to see friendly faces out here.
Oh, thank you. We do have food and wine, if you would care to come with me.
That would be amazing. We
Yes,
lost
yes.
most of our supplies in attack last night.
Oh no, an attack with what?
The rock.
Ah, the rock of the hissing waste.
flying,
Yes.
the flying kind, not the
Yes.
the other one.
Yes, the rocks themselves generally do not attack.
Yeah, that would
Thank you,
You're
Prince
quite
Gorf.
right.
be pretty
You're
crazy.
quite right.
Just think it's
Then,
important to be clear.
He's bearing his heart to the Druids. Or rock.
So as you are moving forward, there's they're talking about the rock and how it's lived in the wastes for more than 1,000 years. Like that it was actually part of the continent. It was part of the old world, and it came over with the rest of the country, apparently. So it's been there essentially since anyone can remember. And they take you to a central, large pavilion tent, and there is a small feast sort of set up. It looks like you can still see people running in with like food. Most of it is like very much like vegetables. There's a few fish. There's a little bit of meat here and there, but it's a lot of fruits and berries. It's the summer, so that's what naturally comes from the woods during that time of year. They create something beautiful, set it out for you. It's just very nice and lovely. And as you're enjoying it, one of them looks at you and says, "It seems strange that you would take so long traveling. The council began their session yesterday. What's been taking you so long?"
You had to travel from merchantry on foot. Well, on
By
horses.
Oh, of course. Yes,
With-
yes. Well, if you would like a little bit of help, he lifts a flap on the back of the pavilion, and you see a huge oak tree, which is a little weird because there aren't a whole lot of other oak trees around. You see a lot of maple. You see some elm. There's some pine trees thrown in there, but you're not really seeing any oak. And this one is huge. And he sort of waves his hand, and you see an arch in the front of the oak tree start to glitter a bit. And he says, "If you step through this tree, you will be within the ring."
He will be in the woods that surround Valencia instantly.
It would be amazing. That would help us out a great deal.
Thank you.
Ah, yes. Yes. Well, we are glad to help where we can. We tend to keep to our forest, and sometimes our voices are not heard clearly at court when we suggest that perhaps it would be a good idea to give a little more honor to the natural world around us.
I hear you.
Agreed.
My heart has always been with the forest and the land surrounding our great city.
Fantastic.
You never,
Well, I shall keep that in mind next time.
you never forget our roots.
If
No.
the council has indeed started, I think it may be best to rest for just a brief while and maybe push hard into the city tonight.
Fabulous. So,
Much we
as
would
you
like.
enjoy the feast, it is glorious. You have, it's just the best, some of the best food. It's so fresh.
Oh yes, good vegetables.
It's wonderful.
Yummy.
Gorf's probably not super excited about it. But there's they dig in, and it is fantastic. And then they take their refreshed supplies, given by the Druids and packed on their horses, and step through the gate. That will take them to the forest. And
Uh-oh. We'll lose him?
And peace out, yo. And that's it for today. Well.
And-
Oh, no.
is he back?
all right.
Yeah.
And as they
Good.
step through, Lando, can you pop open the Roll20?
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
As
Looks
you
really
step
nice.
through, you see Valencia
It's
in the
home, brother.
distance,
We're home.
with its city built into the walls of the mountain, rising in tier after tier, filled with all the animal folk you can think of.
It's been far too long.
And as you take in the beauty before you, you realize that it is in fact time to end our session.
Oh, I was gonna say on fire or something like that. I was like, oh no, God, not my beautiful Valencia.
It's like it's on fire. That's literally what I was like.
That's what I was thinking too. I was
terrified
like,
you were gonna
it's
say.
and there's a giant
That's not-
earthquake and it gets swallowed into
Not
the
on
ground.
fire. There is today we are actually going to raid into Mendari. So I'm going to
Yeah.
start that right now. But remember, go and click those Kickstarters, sign
Yep,
up,
I just put it up.
because
Oh, yeah.
these tokens are going to be awesome. So
Legit.
I can't wait to see them. And Mendari is talking about world building, which obviously is a subject that we all love here.
Oh yeah.
So we are very excited to send you her way
Take care,
and have a
everybody.
glorious, glorious day today. And remember
Have
to
a
tell
good
them
one.
what we are bringing to the potluck.
Heck yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.